everyone, Cassie and Eric here, and thanks for joining us on She Talks, He Listens, the podcast where we dive into the ups and downs of relationships through all of life's twists and turns.
We're here to share our journey with you and explore the many lessons we've learned along the way. Whether you're just starting out, hoping to strengthen your relationship, or working to reconnect, we've got you covered. Join us as we challenge and inspire you to grow together and become the very best versions of yourself, side by side.
Welcome back, everybody, to She Talks, He Listens, here with my beautiful wife, Cassandra.
Cassandra? What? Hi, babe. Happy July.
Happy July.
We have had a big week.
We have.
Yeah, a lot going on. Before we start talking about all things, let's start with victory laps.
Well, it's been, I don't want to ruin a topic today, but it's been a weekend that started almost a week ago, so we made it through. We're on the other side.
Yeah.
And
you had a good June for work.
I did, yeah. What was your victory lap?
I honestly think that June was like a good month. Well, we launched the book in June. My new program kicks off this week. And so a lot of work has been done in June, a lot of work behind the scenes. And I feel like kind of all the hard work is coming to fruition. Yeah. So that's fun. That's a really exciting thing. Yeah. More professional than personal. But yeah, I mean, I'm feeling like
I have professional wins.
You do?
No, you can have professional wins.
Yeah.
Always have to be
well, sometimes that's all you got. Sometimes it's one or the other, not both. I think that, for us last week was weird. So we had 4th of July. We're coming off a 4th of July weekend. And we had a sick Hallie girl, to start before the weekend even happened. And so having a sick kid is always a challenge. And I think as a mom and dad, it's just a totally different situation with 2 kids, but also between the 2 of us, the experiences. And then it was a heavy weekend. Most people know what's going on in Texas. I don't know why I'm getting emotional right now saying that. Having a friend whose girls were at Camp Mystic and getting those updates all weekend. His girls are fine. But just so many are not. And last night, I just watched those videos for an hour and then I couldn't sleep. And I recognized watching the videos before I went to bed was probably not my smartest decision, but we also can't pretend like it's not happening either. And it was just really kind of a heavy holiday. It makes you appreciate, even though Hallie was sick and driving me up a wall, I just kept squeezing her thinking how in the world would I cope with anything happening to her? And then also, I think as a parent, just wanting to never let your kids go anywhere is such a hard battle because you want them to experience life and life can happen with you or without you. But also just to have that happen as a mom. Yeah, I don't know why I'm getting emotional saying this out loud, but it's just hard.
I think you always put, when something like that happens, whether it's in Texas or there was something in our community that had happened a few months ago that, we got to celebrate this weekend as well. But you just you empathize. So you put yourself, kind of in their shoes and kind of think about if that was my kid. Well, yeah.
And as a mom for another mom or a parent to another parent, you never want anyone to have to experience that kind of pain. And, I think it's fantastic the way people have leaned into their faith and, relied on the bigger plan, but at the same time, you never want stuff to happen to kids.
And although
animals, man, I'm they're the defenseless and older people. I'm just why? But yeah, I think that it just totally wrecked me last night. And I told you this morning, I slept like garbage because I just can't turn that off. And then on top of that, Hallie girl, man, she gave us a run for our money this last weekend.
I know we do, I guess, complain or
vent.
Yeah.
Vent is a good word.
Vent is a better word, but I think at the end of the day, we wouldn't change a thing. But
Gosh, no.
I mean, we kept her busy. It was already going to be a short week because the AC unit at school went out and they had to replace that.
Yeah.
And so it got even shorter when
She had to come
Hallie had to
home
go to the
sick.
doctor. Yeah.
Well, and this is the thing, and I know moms listening to this can relate. Like when kids are sick, they want their moms. And so this was the first time we've been so lucky. Hallie is such a healthy kid. She has not been sick. She's not had to take antibiotics. Really, she hasn't had to do anything. And since she got tubes as a baby. And now this is the first time she's been sick. Plus, we have our second. And like she wanted nothing but me all the time, 24 hours a day. So you really just like took on Sophie
Mm,
and was her parent, and
yeah.
then I took Hallie. But I think the hardest part is I just could not like do anything alone. Like she slept with me because I wanted to make sure she was okay, and she was so uncomfortable. And then everything that she did, I was just up all night watching her and listening to her and making sure she was okay. And then the worst was, I mean, when I went to the bathroom and I had to go to the bathroom, and she comes in and she was like, I need to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, okay, go out in the hall. Like we have 3.5 bathrooms in this house. And I was like, go out in the hall, go out in the hall. And she was like, no, I'll just wait. And so she sits on her little step stool. And like 2 seconds later, she's like, I have to go really bad. I'm probably going to pee in my pants. And I'm like, go in the hall. And so then she's like, no, I want to go in here. And so like, I'm trying to get myself together. And I'm like, fine, Hallie, go to the bathroom. And those are those moments where I'm like, talk about motherhood in a nutshell. You just, it's constant. And even when they're not sick, it's like when she was little and would poke her hands under the door and like talk to you while you were trying to go to the bathroom or have a minute.
Wanted to make sure you knew she was there.
Yeah, she's like, I'm here cleaning. And so now, like when she was sick, she was so clingy and so whiny, and she's not normally like that, which makes me very appreciative of the fact that she's not a Velcro baby normally. Because it's also like overstimulating for me. I'm like, I just need a minute, but you don't want to deny them that when they don't feel good. I mean, at like one point during the night, I had like her leg on me and her face was in my face. And I'm just like, can I record all of this and look back on this time? She's just, she really didn't feel good. And so we did everything we could to make her comfortable. But I also think my buddy, this happened to her earlier this year. Like, whenever you have plans, whenever it's a holiday, whenever there's fun things to do, that's always when kids get sick. And so a lot of the things that we wanted to do with her, we couldn't. And that was hard because it's hot and there's not that many things to do. You can't just play outside without being in water. And so I felt bad for her, because I mean, we were all going stir crazy.
Yeah, but we kept her busy. I think we only missed one event, and that
Yeah.
was going to a pool, kind of a pool party
Hmm.
with my family. But we took her to my brother's, and he has one of those inflatable water
Yeah.
slides,
We went
and
for the water slide.
she enjoyed that for 2 days
Yeah.
and wore herself out.
Hmm.
And so she had a lot of fun. We got to watch fireworks, and
Yeah.
then, like I said, she got to meet Stitch at this event, and
Feel
we
like
made
that.
her made Stitch a card, and
Yeah.
like she had a really good time. We kept her busy, but
Made the most of it.
yeah, as I know we've talked about this, as like as kids, you want to stay busy, you want to do all these things, and she's at the point where she's like, "What are we doing today? Where are we
What's the
going?
party? Yeah.
What's the party?" But as parents, it's like just so exhausting.
Uh-huh.
It's not as fun
Yeah.
or relaxing.
I feel like we ran a 40-mile marathon over the weekend and we did not. And you came down with a little bit of a man cold on
I
Saturday.
did. Well, here's the while you were in the bed and
Oh my
Hallie's in the
God.
bed and Hallie sleeps like I don't even know, monkey swinging limb to limb, like she just kicks
She never
around
sits
and
still.
flails her arms, and so I decided that I was just going to sleep on the couch, and uh that was a bad decision. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't really sleep, it was 45 minutes wake up, adjust, and then so Sophie's up at 5:30, and I try and get up and my back is just like, oh God, I can't get up.
For those
Get
listening,
some
not
blood
watching,
flow.
I'm trying to show empathy on my face, but like for real,
That's where the dads carry the weight.
no. Are you
You
So this is the thing. Let's just back up here a few steps. You chose to sleep on the couch.
don't understand what I went
God. You chose to sleep on the couch instead of in our guest bedroom, which is a bed, that would have probably been a lot more comfortable because you're a big man and you really shouldn't be sleeping on the couch anymore in your old age. And then two, you have the audacity to complain about not sleeping well when I am up with Hallie and doing the medicine and going to the bathroom and like when she's telling me she's hurting. And we went out at one point to get medicine and you were sawing logs. She was like, shh, daddy's
That was
sleeping.
part of my 45
Oh, okay, yeah. And so for you, then you got a man cold because you claim to be run down.
I was.
You might have been, but like it's really hard for me to have any sympathy because moms can't get sick. And even when we are sick, we have to keep pushing through. And then I'm also like, you were grumpy because you had a man cold. And that to me is even more annoying because you were grumpy. You were grumpy and you were grumpy to me. You weren't grumpy to the girls. Like you're never really grumpy to the girls. You're always grumpy to me. You just are not as chatty and you don't hug me as much. And like, I don't feel like you're as friendly. I mean, these are all valid points.
Such a hard life.
Well, you have set a high standard of excellence that I want to have all the time. So that's on you, buddy. But yeah, I just
can't. But when the tables are turned.
When are the tables turned? When I'm grumpy?
Turned,
yeah, when I'm
you get to be grumpy. You get to vent. You get
I do. Yeah, I've been through a lot.
Yeah. That's the difference. Man versus woman, right?
Well, it's that I'm just saying, like there is
man can't win.
What?
Man can't win.
Do you want to bang on your chest right now too? Like you sound yeah, that's what you sound like. Oh my gosh. But it was just like I felt like we were going down like flies.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the same?
Yeah.
Okay, good for me on the first try. I felt like I was losing everybody. Dropping like flies. Dang it.
You were close.
I was so close. It's hard because when you were getting grumpy and then Hallie was whiny and then Sophie was crying, I was just like, this is not our life. It's just a lot. It's a lot. It's very overstimulating.
No, I think what you're referencing is when you were going to Walgreens to pick up some medicine and you were like, Hallie, do you have socks? And she was like, no, or yeah. And then she's like, are you lying? And she said, yeah. And then you're like, do you have socks? And I'm like, she doesn't have socks. Just go get the socks. Like, go get the socks. She doesn't have them. You're having a 5-minute conversation. I'm like, this is driving me insane.
Okay, first of all, you did not have eyes on the situation. You were only listening.
I knew there were no socks in there.
How did you know there were no socks?
She was in the laundry room.
Oh, sometimes she has socks in there. Anyways, yeah, you got short, you were grumpy, but how do you feel? Are you feeling better? Do you feel like your man cold is going away? And the other thing, Eric, that I just want to throw out because I think people can relate is you stay up late. Like you don't go to bed early to get rest and take care of yourself or your body. And you can stop nodding at me like that is the truth.
I'm agreeing with you.
Anyways, yeah, that was the situation. But both the girls are back at school. That's why we're able to do this today. What do we say? Bring it around, bring it back.
Bring it back. Circle back.
Circle back. I don't want to circle back. I want to finish the circle. Anyways, I think for us, like we're ramping up for this really busy July. My travel officially starts again for work, which I haven't traveled since November, and you're busy until really like what, September,
October.
Yeah. So I think just getting ready for all of that. One of the best things about you is even when we are stressed and mad, you use humor to water down the situation, to diffuse the situation. So
lighten it
up. Yeah. But I think that's, we have to prepare ourselves as we go into the next couple of months to really be a team and not be grumpy at each other.
Yeah. Well, let's write this down. We'll write it down on a post-it note. We'll just put it on the fridge. That way you can look at it.
You can look at it too. You were sometimes grumpy. I just get like.
I get a day, maybe a month, and then the rest of yours.
Grumpiness?
Where you need to vent.
Oh,
or get
venting
things off
is different
your
than
chest
being grumpy. I just need to say things out loud. We've talked about it. I'm a verbal processor. I have to say things and then move on.
Me too.
You're an internalizer, which is the struggle. You just get quietly grumpy, which is hard for me because then I'm like, what's wrong? And then you get mad when I ask what's wrong. So it's just like, it's a lose-lose.
Nothing is wrong.
Then why
Just leave me alone.
Why do you want to be left alone if nothing's wrong?
I just don't want to talk.
Oh, Steve, I want to talk to you all the time.
No, that's kind of the problem.
You know what? There is a world where, okay, so this is what you said on Saturday. I got frustrated with you and I left the house, your mom and dad's, and you followed me out and you're like trying to give me a hug. And I was like, I don't want a hug right now because I didn't want to be
You were
touched.
going to pack for the next event,
Yeah, and you
and
could
I still
enjoy.
enjoy your quiet time.
Okay, enjoy your quiet time. Pack.
I had both girls with my parents.
Yeah, and you weren't even with the girls. You had two people helping you, and you're like, enjoy your quiet time. And I was like, what the heck? Quiet time is like,
I was joking.
it wasn't
Smile
funny.
on my face.
Did you?
Yeah.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it at all. And so you followed me out and like you were just trying to hug me. And then my favorite thing was you were like, what if this is the last time we see each other? And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then you dipped me in the driveway and kissed me. And I'm like, you are such a cornball. But like that is your superpower. And I think that there is something to be said about being, what do we always say? Find reasons to laugh. So like I can't be mad at you when you say those things because it's freaking true and life is short. You never know. And look at everything happening that happened after that. And it was just like, yeah, that was a good moment. I'll remember that one for a long time. But yeah, I think just, for us, like we made it through a really challenging season. I feel like the spring was really kind of hard. And then now we're going into this summer, fall, and like preparing for the book and like, me being settled in my new program and all the travel that's coming. It's just like, buckle up, Buttercup.
Well, yeah, we're getting settled.
Hmm.
It's taken longer, which I knew that was going to happen.
Hmm.
I told you it was going to happen with, new job and
I want all the wall decor hung in 72 hours of moving in.
yeah, new baby. Like there was just a lot of change. So I'm like, we might get, one thing done a month. And we made a little bit of progress. We got
Yeah,
Hallie's room done, and
it's not done. We got a wall
we got
done.
a wall
The wall
done.
is so beautiful. Yeah, we
But I
need to
mean,
hang it
even that
again.
we had 1 hour, and the whole time, like
The
both
girls were.
both kids are
At one point,
screaming in the
they
background.
had ripped her, or wrapped her entire leg in blue paint tape, and I was like, "That was all
So
blue tape, paint tape." Yeah, I was like,
I got some things out of the garage. We got some furniture ordered for the man cave.
You got your official man cave
There we go.
furniture."
So we are making progress.
Yeah,
Slowly but steadily.
slowly but surely.
Slowly,
You're
slowly.
I'm
steady.
wearing off on you. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so lots to come. I feel like, as we move forward in the next few months, there's going to be so many exciting things to share and do, and we just have to remain a team, not keep score. That is my struggle right now. We've talked about that before.
That is your struggle.
The first step is admitting you have a problem, but when it's all on me, I really struggle because I did not sign up to be a single parent. I married you for a reason. And shout out to all the people that are doing it on their own
I'm doing what I can.
and getting sick while doing it.
It's hard when you're on the road. Like when I had we had this conversation this weekend. You're like, you've gotten so many breaks, and I'm like, I am working. I literally have to go do these things.
I understand.
It is my job.
I also think too, you got to think like last year I had a trip every year or every month. I was traveling. I was on the road at least once a month. And not that I want to be to that degree again, but like I need to sleep through the night like once. Oh, that was the thing. My girls trip. I had a trip planned. How am I just now remembering this? I had to cancel it because of this illness. And if that is not like a representation of the way the cookie crumbles, like that's what I was saying. You've been on a couple trips and I finally had this time to go and take a day to just refill my cup and pretend I wasn't a parent for 2 seconds. And I had to cancel it. And I don't know when I'm going to reschedule it. And there's that.
Yeah, that's why that whole conversation started.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, let's find a new week.
Gosh, that feels like 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, and it was really not at all that long ago.
Friday,
Yeah.
Saturday.
But all that to be said, I hope that everyone had a really good 4th of July celebration. I hope that everyone continues to just pray for all the families and people impacted in Texas, because that is just, I feel like this morning I saw the numbers have gone up. Anybody who's been a part of that or touched by it, it's just so devastating and just heavy on my heart this week. Because our lives keep moving forward. That's the thing. Our lives keep moving forward, and it's all the more reason to hug on your babies and your people and tell them you love them. And I love you.
We'll get in here. Let's give you one right now.
And yeah, I think that, we'll just keep coming back for the fun and crazy conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Raw.
Like, subscribe.
Oh yeah,
Follow.
Share.
Yeah. All the things.
All the things. Thanks for being with us. Have a great
you.
Bye.
Bye.
And remember, no matter where you are on your journey, every step is a chance to grow together during both perfect and even imperfect moments.
We'll be here to help keep the conversation going, so join us next time for more insights, lots of laughs, and our story. Until then, keep talking, keep listening, and keep showing up for each other. See you next time.